Hello and welcome. If you're watching live on Facebook and YouTube, hello. We're also obviously today a bit early. I'll explain why in a moment. This is Stephen from wonderful Wiltshire, and I just need to go here and key that link in and connect, and it's gone green. So I'm just waiting for preview on Amazon Live to go live, and we are live on Amazon Live with 27 seconds or 20 seconds left on the countdown clock. So everything's going well. I'm just going to refresh the Amazon Live page to make sure that we are live. I'm going to close a couple of tabs that I don't need. Okay, including the news tab. And I'm going to come live now. Okay, it's Wednesday. It's 9 a.m. Eastern and it's 2 p.m. in the UK. And I'm using a Logitech Brio camera. Okay, and we're going to be looking at cameras today. Logitech Brio, Obspot, Logitech 920, Obspot 4K, Elgato Wave microphone, and a host of things that are all down in the carousel. So if you're watching me live on Amazon Live, I'd like to say thank you. I'm just waiting so that I can actually post on Amazon Live. And I think in a moment I might be able to. So let's just refresh and come back to me in the studio. So I'm just checking that out, making sure that that's working, and then we can get the show on the road. Hello on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for watching live. I'm just waiting to be able to comment on Amazon Live. If you're watching on Amazon Live, then please do say hello. From what I can see, the comments are actually live. So if you make a comment, it will in fact show on screen. And that's what I'm waiting for. Hopefully, I can't make a comment yet. It says I'm live. Okay, interesting. Right, I'm going to come back to me. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to wait. Okay, let's take a look at Amazon Live. And to everybody's watching me on Amazon Live, thank you very much for joining me today. This is 2 hours earlier than normal. I'm normally live at 11 a.m. Eastern, but today I'm live at 9 a.m. Eastern. So good morning, everybody. And I'm going to take that off screen because you'll be able to see that in a moment. We'll look at the Logitech Brio. And I just want to say, welcome to the broadcast. This is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen. And I'm most certainly broadcasting live from Wiltshire, England. Okay, I'm one of 5 Brits who actually broadcast on Amazon Live in the States. I know my friend Brigetti broadcasts from South Africa, and Marco broadcasts from Portugal, and Adair broadcasts from Australia. So there are a team of us all supporting each other. And today I am broadcasting from Be Live. And put the logo top right hand corner of the screen so you can see the logo. I'm just waiting for it to come through. And okay, I've got a comment coming in. Thank you for the comment. And what camera do you? Okay, what camera do you use? I'm actually using as well. Hello, Versi. I'm actually using, and the camera you're watching now is the Logitech Brio. Okay, if I put that on screen, this is Logitech Brio 4K camera. I might as well just add in that it is 4K. Okay, so it's Logitech Brio 4K, and I've had this camera for about 2 years. It's sat on the top of my monitor. It does 720, 1080, and 4K. Okay. Now, at the moment, we can broadcast in 4K to YouTube. I'll be talking about that later. So let's take the next comment. I'll take that off and bring the comment in. And Thank you. Thank you. Very kind of you. It is. It is. I mean, Logitech are well known for the quality of their cameras, and Versi is actually watching on Facebook. If you want to join me on Amazon Live, Versi, then the link is up above to actually join this broadcast on Amazon Live. I'm just going to take a look at Amazon Live and make sure that everything is as it should be. Actually, all I want to do is put a comment there, but it's not letting me comment at the moment. Interesting. And yeah, okay. Right, it's a beautiful sunny day here in Wiltshire. Alexa, what's the temperature today?
At the moment, it's 26 degrees Celsius. Tonight, you can expect a low of 12 degrees.
It is 26 degrees Celsius. I've just been sat outside for lunch because we're 5 hours ahead of you. And it is warm. We were sat in the garden, which I'll show you in a moment, under a parasol. Right, so this is the Brio camera. My second camera today is this one, which is the Obspot 4K camera. And the Obspot 4K is brilliant because I can switch to different views, 3 preset views. If I take that off screen, you'll come round to me in a minute. Okay, and the first point I want to make is that most cameras actually sit on a mount. Now, this is the mount that the Obspot uses. It's a magnetic mount, but they sit on top of your, well, I'll show you. Most cameras sit on the top of your monitor or your computer in order. That's the Obspot Tiny. Next to it is Logitech Brio, and then next to that is a Logitech Litra Lite. And I'll show you the light if I go and switch it on. Okay, now that was all done by software. So Obspot, Brio, and the Litra Lite. All these 3 items are actually down in the carousel. But the beauty of the Obspot, which we'll come to in a moment, is that you can actually change from one. I can go outside. Okay, that's the view I've got out of my window. I'll show you a better view later on my second Obspot camera. And I can come to me. So most cameras are actually on top of your monitor. Now, we're all told that in order to be effective in live broadcasting, you should actually look at the camera. Now, if the camera is up above you, that is, well, it's a learned skill, but it's a difficult skill. It's one we often forget. If you put the camera on a tripod, which this camera I'm looking into now is, then it's at definitely eye level. And I don't need to look up. I can look straight at the camera and I know that you can see me. And this is important because if you're doing a solo broadcast like I am today, then you want it to seem as though you're looking at everybody watching. And if you're actually looking at the camera, you are looking directly at the people watching you. Okay, let's get on with the show. I'm going to switch back to the Brio. We'll get to the Obspot shortly, but let's switch back to the Brio. Now, I've got 3 cameras and 1 microphone. That's how I'm doing this. So let's go over to the iPad, just to check the iPad. And thank you for watching me live today. Just as a note, if I go over here, I can put this on screen so that if you haven't unmuted yet, your host is Stephen Healey from England. We're talking about live broadcasting. Thank you for watching. I mean that totally is awesome. We're going to talk about Logitech Brio, we're going to talk about Samsung S22 mobile. And today, if you comment on Amazon Live, I can show your comments on screen. If you want to join me on Amazon Live and get the full experience, to be able to, when I talk about the carousel, you can actually see the carousel on Amazon Live. Basically, there's on the YouTube live there's a link up above. On Facebook, there is a link up above. So just click the link and you'll get over to Amazon Live and the full Amazon Live experience. Okay, now I'm just going to test this. Just a second. That didn't work too well. Okay, so let's make a start and I'm going to hide that. I'm going to talk about this. Down the carousel at the moment is the Samsung Galaxy S2 22 mobile phone. Now, this I've never shown you live on an Amazon Live broadcast because it's not as new as this. This is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. This is the flagship Samsung product. And basically, I'm in love. This is an amazing phone. You can see that my time is 14:10. Let's just go and click and go close all. There you are. So this is live. It's currently 24 degrees. Alexa said 26 degrees. But this is an amazing phone. Now I'm going to give you the main features of it. Then in about 2 minutes time, I'm going to play a video actually made with this very mobile phone. And the beauty of this is it's got a built-in stabilizer. And you'll see the results of that in the video in a second. So let's go down. I basically, so I don't forget anything when I'm broadcasting, I write it down. So that means I can show it to you on screen. So this is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone. Now I bought this. I bought it to replace my older Samsung phone. So I do own it. You can have up to 256 gig of RAM. It has an 8K camera. Now, when we talk about webcams, the maximum we've got is 4K. The maximum I can do on this webcam that you're watching now is 4K. 8K on this mobile phone camera. And in actual fact, if we look at the back, the camera has 5 lenses. Okay, it's got a 108 megapixel lens. It's got a 3 times zoom, a 10 times zoom, and another one I don't know anything about yet. As soon as I find out, I'll tell you. But I've only had it a week. Okay, it's got the brightest display ever. Okay, basically, I was just sat outside in the sun just now, and I was able to read my Facebook feed. And look how smooth the scrolling is. This is on 4G, by the way. I need to turn the sound off. Okay, so I've turned the sound off. The smooth scrolling on Facebook is incredible. And if I go over here, then scroll down, you can have a display ever. Okay, basically, I was just sat out in the sun just now, and I was able to. That was me on the phone. Okay, so basically, this broadcast is live on my profile. If you're watching on my profile, please do say hello. Now, remember the Galaxy Note, and the Galaxy Note had an S Pen. With the Samsung S22, the S Pen is back. So I can click on Notes, and just indulge me for a moment. I'm going to type in hello Amazon. Okay, and I can save that note. I can even save notes with the phone's not on. It is amazing. And the S Pen also has a second feature in that it has air gestures, and you can use it to help you take photographs. Okay, I'll be exploring that and telling you all about it. It's got a long battery life. I charged it, and it charges and runs for over a day. So if you're videoing, if you're doing a live video, you're doing a recording, you're doing anything on your phone, then it's going to last for longer than a day, which of course it should do. 8K super steady video. I'm going to show you a super steady video in a minute or two. Okay, the next feature is nightography. Okay, now if you don't know what nightography is, I bet you can guess. Nightography is a word invented by Samsung in relation to taking photographs at night. So nightography is taking photographs at night. And I've seen, I've not tried it yet, but I've seen photographs taken with this very camera where it looks like daylight. Yeah. So I'm going to try this out. If I remember, I'll try it out tonight and report back tomorrow. The next thing is that it's 108 megapixels and the bright display. I've talked about the bright display, the fact it works in bright sunlight. You can surf in bright sunlight. It does have a brilliant color and it's got adaptive color. And the next thing is it's got a long-lasting battery, which I just talked about a moment ago, and fast charging. To get the fast charging at 45 watts, you have to buy an external brick, an accessory. Normally, it charges at 25 watts. It's got the embedded S Pen. The thing I love about this is the S Pen, it is embedded, and it just slots in like that, okay, and clicks into place. And every time you take it out, it brings up notes. But if I was to take this pen out, just demonstration purpose, obviously, I can put it down. But if I leave the office now without the S Pen, I get a message on saying, have you forgotten your S Pen? Which is great. Yeah, little reminder, say you should never lose the S Pen. Okay, because your phone will remind you. Now, this is important. It is actually unlocked by Samsung, which means you can use your favorite carrier. You can take a SIM from your current phone if you want. You can use your favorite carrier to get your 4 and 5G signals. Now, where I am at the moment, we've got 4G. We're looking forward to 5G at some point. The camera, well, the unit itself is 6.8 inches WQHD, and it's got an edge screen, so screen goes around the edge. It's 120 hertz, but you can turn that down to just 1 hertz. Yeah, it adapts according to the circumstances. As far as charging is concerned, it's got 5,000 milliamps, 45 watt charging. You can do wireless charging too, which is at 15 watts, and it's got wireless power share. And coming towards the end of this, I'm going to play you a video in a moment. It's the rear camera is 108 megapixels. The front camera is 40 megapixels. This camera was released Feb 9th. Misremembered that. Feb 9th, 2022. And right, okay, now he said, hopefully this will work. I'm going to put the phone down. And I was most interested in what the quality of the video would be. Okay, because I'm used to going out with this and a gimbal. Okay, I went out with the Samsung S22, and this is the video that I shot. And if I come here, you can see that down below me. Just take that off for a second. Okay, down below me, left-hand corner, chickens. Okay, so just going around this screen, and then I'll get to the video. So this is my second camera, which is the Obosbot Tiny, mounted on a tripod. And we'll be talking about the Obosbot Tiny soon. Okay, this show is lights, camera, action, and we're talking about webcams, audio gear, microphones, live video, and Fitbits, which is the action part of it, obviously. So I can remove that now. Okay, and we're back. I can switch that camera off. Okay, so the Obosbot Tiny is switched off. We're going to be talking about the Logitech Litra Glow light, which I showed you a moment ago. This is my good friend Marco Nova from Portugal with Daniel Zigman of Logitech, and we'll be looking at Logitech Litra light during this broadcast. So if you're looking for lighting, stick around. So let's take that full screen, and I'm going to hide it. So let's hide that. And I live in Wiltshire in England. This is the Courts Garden, beautiful part. This used to be an industrial estate, then went into private ownership and was redeveloped as a house with gardens, and the gardens are just glorious. Angelica and I were out on a beautiful rainy day, and Angelica took this photograph, and I just love it. The composition of it is perfect. The green in the front, and then the trees in the background, the water, the lilies, everything about that photograph is perfect to me. Okay, so that's Wiltshire in England. Take that off. Okay, so I'm going to hide that photograph. And the only thing that's left now is me and the chickens. What I'm going to do, this video was recorded with the Samsung S22. I'm going to play the video, about 2 minutes of it, then I'll be back. But you should watch out for the quality of the video and the stability, because the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra has a built-in stabilizer. So let's switch my microphone off now and press play. I'm just going to put that full screen first. So all you see is that. And everything will be explained when I start the video. The video with the Samsung S22 Ultra, and we're in the garden on a beautiful sunny day. It's about 31 degrees, and let's take a walk down the path and see what we can find. Okay, now what I'm checking is the sound quality and also the video quality. So let's see how this works. So I can pan round. Okay, and I'm going to go onto the grass, and this is our newer wildflower garden, and the right hand side is taking off slowly, but the left hand side is firmly established. As I go round again and down the garden. Okay, Angelica put a lot of work into getting the garden into the state it's in, and I want to take you down now to the new table and chairs that we've got. The chairs are covered up to protect them because, as you can see, we are out in the countryside and birds can actually fly over, which is not a good idea. But this is our brand new table, and we saw it in the local garden centre and thought, let's have that. So we did, we bought it. Okay, now over here is our wild animal enclosure, and if I go around the corner we should see, hopefully they're camera friendly, but if I go around here we should be able to see, hello chickens, hello. Okay, and we've got 4 chickens in total. They're all rather camera shy, yeah, and they're turning away from the camera. They know what's going on, they know they're being filmed, apart from the one who's going to be a star someday. Okay, and this is an igloo, which is where they live, and it's very easy to maintain. Chickens are easy to maintain, and we're actually currently getting 4 eggs a day, and the chickens were rescue chickens. In other words, they had been kept for their egg laying. After 2 years they let the chickens go, and then the chickens have got to be rehoused, and we actually managed to get hold of 4. So these are all about the same age and will go on for 2 or 3 years laying eggs for us, and we're currently getting 25 eggs a week, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm walking further down, you can see the fruit bushes coming. And back to me. That video was shot using this Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and you could see from my movement about the garden, and the garden does slope, the stabilizer in the phone worked very well, and the quality of the video. Now, I can't show you an 8K video because we're actually broadcasting in 720p today. So 720, 1080, 4K, 8K, and we're in 720. So the video itself is over on YouTube, and it's been on my Facebook profile as well. So if you go type my name in, Stephen Healey, just give you a hint. If you go to, just a minute, if you go to YouTube and sticky notes. Right. Thank you for joining me on Amazon Live. Appreciate it. Your host is Stephen Healey from England. We're talking about live broadcasting. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you spending part of your day with me. We're going to talk about Logitech Braille. We're currently talking about the Samsung S22, and I'm grateful for the fact that I'm now totally live on Amazon. I think I was partially live a moment ago. So if you join me because you just saw me on a product page, then brilliant, thank you. If you want to say hello, please do. I can, as it says there, I can show your comments on screen. When I show you comments on screen, it will show your name and the comment. There's no, I don't get your information. It's just text on screen and you become part of the video. Right, switch that off. Okay. So that video was shot using this phone. I'm impressed by the 8K. I'm impressed by I'll show you some photographs later this week, by the camera, 108 megapixel camera. I'm impressed by the 3x zoom, the 10x zoom, and as an independent reviewer, I don't work for Amazon. If I find anything wrong, I will tell you. And you're actually watching a video there from my Samsung Ultra mobile phone. Okay, now I'm going to come back to the Samsung Ultra later in this broadcast. But if you've got any questions, I've got a comment coming in, and the comment is coming in. My hands are here. Comments from Barry. Nice video, Stephen. Thank you, Barry. The Samsung S22 works quite well. Excellent. Okay, yeah, I'm impressed by the quality. Yeah, especially after my old phone, which was getting on a bit. So Barry, thank you for the comment. And Barry is watching me live on Facebook. And Barry is in Sarnia in Ontario. So we are international. Absolutely brilliant. And we all became friends via David Burrows and the broadcasts that I did for 3 years with David, which were memorable, brilliant time. And we all stay in touch with each other as a group of us, Canadians and Brits, all good friends through live video. And that's the power of live video. Like this broadcast today, brings people together, brings people into networking, talking to each other. Speaking of which, if you want to say where you're from, just type it in the comments. The comments go away at the end of the show, and I may show your comment on screen whilst I'm live. And I saw my good fellow broadcasters, Grant Saunders, and who's the other guy? Okay, Efrain Lopez and Nick Wood can all show comments on screen. So shout out to my fellow BeLive broadcasters, Nick Wood, Efrain Lopez, and Grant Saunders. If you catch their shows, they are most certainly worth watching. I watched them. I follow about 250 different Amazon Live broadcasters. There are probably over 2,000, we think, and I've followed 20 new broadcasters this week. We're a growing number of people. Everybody's got their own expertise. Yeah, my expertise is all around live broadcasting. Yeah, but I watch shows. I watch cookery shows. I watch craft shows. I watch electronic shows. Food, everything. Yeah, this is the beginning of something which is rather special. In that, whilst I'm talking live and I'm talking about the items in the carousel, you can ask me a question. In other words, I don't work for Amazon. You get an independent viewpoint. Down the carousel are items that I'm going to talk about. 75% of them I own, and I can show you. Halfway through the show, I'm going to go and do a 30-minute segment, which is 10 items in 30 minutes. So I'm going to show you the main items at the beginning of this broadcast, and then I'll do 10 in 30 and do a quick tour of everything that's in my carousel, especially those items that are on discount, because some of the items, whilst I'm live, have a special price. They are discounted. And I will tell you of any item which is discounted. Now we're getting towards Amazon Prime Days, which are July 12th and July 13th. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm starting to think about broadcasting on Amazon Prime Days. I missed it last year because I wasn't here, but I'm going to be live on Amazon Prime Days. And you'll probably see me 3 or 4 times, both on the 12th and on the 13th. I'm rather looking forward to the challenge of broadcasting for that long. So Note in your diary, Amazon Prime Days for Amazon Prime members with the special pricing and lots of special offers is July 12th and 13th. And I'll be there. Will you be there? If you will be there, let me know. And we can connect on the day itself. Okay, so I'm going to put this phone down now. I do like the security on the phone. If I double tap, okay, fingerprint, and I'm straight into the phone. Okay. I'm in love. Again, I love gadgets, and the Samsung Galaxy S22 is certainly a brilliant, brilliant gadget. Okay, now this is lights, camera, action. So the next thing I'm going to show you is a camera, and I'm going to go to the Logitech Brio. Okay, now you're actually watching because it was mentioned earlier. Versi asked, what camera do I use? And then said, and I quote, this is unprompted. I don't know Versi yet. It's a nice webcam. Okay, and it's a very nice webcam. Logitech Brio. Before I got Logitech Brio, I had basically the camera I had was Logitech C920X, which I'm going to show you in a moment. The ideal first camera for anybody is the C920X. In the carousel, it's just before the Brio. But you're watching the Brio now. And I'm going to talk about the Brio, tell you the main features, and then I'm going to show you why you should always download the free software to go with your Logitech camera. Irrespective of which camera you have, I'm going to show you software which helps you get more out of the camera. So let's go to Logitech Brio, and I write everything down so I don't forget anything. Okay, so the first thing is called Logitech Brio 4K webcam. 720, 1080, 4K. The higher the number, the clearer the picture because there are more pixels involved. More data is transferred, which is why at the moment I can't broadcast to you from my Chrome browser in 4K. We don't have the technology to do it yet. We don't have the internet infrastructure to do it yet. It's not good enough. One day it will be. So if you've got a 4K camera, you're actually future-proofing yourself for the day when we can all broadcast in 4K on Zoom, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. All will go 4K. It's just a question of when. Speaking to be live, the technology is not a problem. It's just the internet infrastructure that's holding us back, which must be true because I got this camera to replace the C920 so I could broadcast in 4K. And broadcasting in 4K is an eye-opener. Yeah, you can broadcast in 4K using OBS, vMix, or XSplit Broadcaster. And I used XSplit Broadcaster, set it up, put my camera in there, Brio camera, said go to YouTube and broadcast in 4K. And it did. So simple and so straightforward to do. Change the resolution to 4K. And it broadcasts out to YouTube. And the video is there. And you can actually watch the replay in 4K. And the quality is astounding. The quality of a 4K camera as opposed to a 720 or 1080 is really, really astounding. And we've got a comment coming. Just a moment. I'll take this off, and we've got a very welcome comment coming in from Roz. Hey, good evening from South Australia. Just before I hit the pillow for a good night's sleep, I wish you a good night's sleep, Roz. Roz from South Australia, thank you for joining. We're totally global today. Totally global. And this is what I meant about live video is the best way to build community. Roz and I have never met yet, but we know each other through live video. We've known each other for 6 years now, possibly more. Roz has got a better memory than I have. And we support each other in everything that we do. So Roz from South Australia, thank you for popping in and saying hello. Okay, brilliant. Right. So Logitech Brio, which you're watching now, is Ultra 4K HD video. You can broadcast out to YouTube. In addition to that, it has a noise cancelling microphone. This is important. if you're on YouTube, Zoom, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch, and you're talking away, and all of a sudden your dog barks, yeah, I've got a comment coming in from Ross. I'll put my hands up and just wait for the comment to come in. Okay, and all right, okay, and Ross is saying it's what the magic behind the Be Live streaming and all the great stuff you're selling here. There, I have 3 of the Logitech cameras. You've got what? Yeah, Logitech cameras are absolutely brilliant. So there you have it. From South Australia, Roz is barracking for the Logitech cameras. Thank you, Roz. Noise cancelling microphone. If the dog barks and you're on a call or on a video, live video, then you will hear the dog, but nobody else will. That's what noise cancellation is all about. Cutting out everything apart from your voice. Yeah. Just to stress this, if I switch my lights off now, yeah, then I've gone darker, but you can still see me because the Brio camera is doing high definition auto light correction. I'm much happier when I've got the light on. So I'm going to switch it back on again. Okay, so now you can see me properly. The next thing about the camera is it's got a 90-degree field of view. Okay, I'm trying to represent 90 degrees. I don't think that's far off. Okay, I'm going to show you that in a moment. I'm going to give you a practical demonstration. Just to emphasize the point, it's got 4 times the resolution of a typical HD webcam. And it's got auto light adjustment, which we just talked about. And it's called Right Light, and it adjusts if I had no lighting whatsoever. The only lighting I've got today is the Logitech Litra light, which I'll show you in my 10 in 30 section. 10 items in 30 minutes. Right, now, I'm going to show you some software because to explain the field of view, I can go like that, but that anybody can do that. Now, there is some software which I'm going to use, which you can download, and it's actually, no, that's not a question. What's the question? Let's get our answers to everything here. Logitech Capture is the name of the software. Just go to logitech.com, search for Logitech Capture, download it. Okay, onto your hard drive, Mac or Windows, install it, and this is what you'll see. He said, hopefully. And just a minute. I've ill prepared just to show you how quickly this can be done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to load the software. It's always a good idea, isn't it? If you're going to demonstrate software, to actually load it. So we might have to wait a second or two. Okay, my apologies for that, but we will get the right software, and I'll show you why you should always download the software. Yeah, I've got a question for you. If I go to here, I'm just going to do a screen share so you can actually see the software whilst I'm talking about it. So I'm going to screen share, and I'm going to a window, and I'm going to catch that, and I've got it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the software up on screen. Okay, so this is the software. Okay, and it's called Logitech Capture. Go to logitech.com and download it. Okay, and I'm going to take it off full screen, and I'm going to put me at the side of it. You've seen the chickens. We can hide the chickens for now. Okay, and this is the software. Okay, Logitech Capture. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go side by side. But I want to go side by side widescreen so you can get a better idea. So just give me a second. I just need to change something. And when I've changed it, all will make sense. Okay. So now we're widescreen. And I want to be widescreen. Just let me take the logo off. Okay. Says it's been updated. Okay. I want to be, that's Be Live, by the way. Okay. I want to be widescreen. I'm going to show you the software next to me. And what I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to take the logo off because you know who Be Live are by now. So I'm going to take the logo off so that we have a clear screen to go at. And I'm just pressing buttons in the studio and waiting for a response. Okay. So this is the software. I'm going to describe it while you can see it. You've got the ability to zoom in, zoom out. You can tilt, you can pan left and right. You can change the field of view. You can turn HDR on, and in the advanced tab, let's go to the advanced tab. I need to change the color intensity to 50. So I'm just sliding it until it gets to 50. And it will in a second. Okay, which will change the way I look on camera. And I'm going to change the brightness to 52 whilst I'm here. I always try and do this early in the broadcast so that, okay, so I'm better. This is my optimum settings. Okay, now I'm going to show you the default settings on your camera if you don't download the software. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out once, twice. I'm going to put the field of vision. I'll try and put the field of vision to 90 degrees, but let's go with the principle. Okay. These are default camera settings. And you can see, we can see, first of all, I don't have a brick wall. I've got a photography backdrop. And you can see the bookcase, and you can see the Samsung all-in-one. I wish they made those still. But this is the default setting. And if you don't download the software, you can't change it. Yeah, this is how you would look on Zoom, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and your website. This is how you look. This is the camera default settings. And all I'm doing here is I'm going to take that off, and I'm just going to zoom in twice. Once, twice. Okay. And if I go here, I'm going to, well, hang on, I forgot something. Let's zoom out. Right. This is the real camera default settings. Okay. You can see the chest set. You can see the TrebLab speaker. You can see, yeah, you can see all sorts of things, including my German tuition book. I'm learning German. I'm not actually teaching people. Angelika, my partner, teaches people German. But this is the default camera setting. And I prefer to zoom in twice, change the field of view to 78, and I'm happy now. This is my preferred setting. And if you just come in now, you've no idea what my office looks like. If you've been watching in the past few minutes, you'll know that I'm showing you the tidy bit. Okay, and I'm physically on screen now in front of, this is a photography backdrop. If I go over here, then somewhere here, yeah, the backdrop that you can see behind me is a photography backdrop. I went to Amazon, I typed in photography backdrop. This came up $15 or $14.99. What's not to like? I bought it. It's actually mounted. You can either put it on a stand, or mine is draped over my green screen, and it changes the whole focus. This is brilliant to change your backdrop for a Zoom call. Yeah, just by buying a $15 backdrop, and you change your whole outlook. And Roz is saying a great Zoom feature. Well, it changes everything, doesn't it, Roz? Yeah, I mean, that's why I love actually downloading the software, which is Logitech Capture. And then you've got control, not only of the Brio, as I have now, but the 920, 922, 925, 930, yeah, everything apart from the Mevo, you can control from the software. I'm just saying about the Mevo, just I haven't got one, so I don't know. Every other one, I'm quite, yeah. So over to Roz again. And Roz from South Australia is saying great Zoom feature. Okay, thank you. Well, thank you everybody for watching me live on Facebook and YouTube. Brilliant. And also thank you for everybody who's watching live on Amazon Live as I explain my backdrop. And just to reiterate the point, If you download Logitech Capture software, then you can design your own studio at low cost. $15 for the backdrop, and if you want a frame to put it on, $45. So for $60, you can change your backdrop. I'm looking at 3 new backdrops, yeah, which I'm going to use. One is a brick wall with paint splashes on it. The second is an Hawaiian beach, so I'm going to be presenting from the beach. And the third is a Wild West town with tumbleweed blowing down the street. I'm looking forward to actually using that one too, and it gives a different flavor to each broadcast. Yeah, because the thing is, I love green screen software, but I can't use green screen software in an Amazon Live broadcast, because if I was showing you the Samsung Galaxy S22, you wouldn't see it because it'd be lost in the screen removal software. It would confuse the screen removal software and there'd be rips and tears. Yeah, so I have to have a solid background. And for a long time, I had a green screen behind me, and even I got bored. So now I'm using photography backdrops, which are used by millions of photographers around the world. They're useful also in live broadcasting, which is why I'm looking forward to using them. And it means you can actually see the phone, okay, and you can see the mount. Okay, so just to finish off the Logitech Brio, which you're watching now, I'm just going to go back to it. Just let me go back to the Brio. The Brio today is $143.79, which is a 28% discount. So this is 28% off. If you click the link in the carousel, you will get 28% off. Okay, I'm just going to refresh something. Just give me a second. I'm just doing a bit of techie stuff in the background. I'm still here, and my iPad is still here. My iPad's down in the carousel. If you're interested in iPads, this is the one that I recommend. It's down in the carousel. I used to be a total Android guy, and then I discovered, well, in actual fact, let's be honest here, in order to broadcast an Amazon Live, which I'm doing now, just a minute, I want to find it. I've got so many things in the carousel. Would you believe it? Okay, just a sec. Okay. Down in the carousel is the Apple iPad, which I've just highlighted. This is it. And I'm using this to control the broadcast on Amazon Live. Okay, I create and control the broadcast on Amazon Live using this. I've got a comment coming in, and right, okay. Barry's saying, I was just going to ask why you couldn't use a green screen. You just answered that. Thanks, Stephen. You're welcome, Barry. You're welcome. And thank you for the comment. Brilliant. Barry, thank you. Thank you. So this is the iPad. I can't say fairer than I'm now converted. My Samsung tablet as well, it's in a drawer somewhere. I now use my iPad every single day, not just for the broadcast, but to get my news from Apple News and to surf Facebook and LinkedIn. Everything I do in the evening, because in the evening I switch my computer off. I do on the iPad, and it's capable of everything, including handling PayPal, which I find quite handy. In fact, I find PayPal on the iPad easier than anywhere else. So that's the iPad, and I'm just going to come back, and we're just finishing up the Logitech Brio. Okay, so Logitech Brio, just to confirm, 28% off, $143.79. For the iPad, I would actually watch out for Amazon Prime Day, which is, I'm not saying it, but Amazon Prime Day is July 12th. Yeah, get ready. I'm getting ready. So just to finish off on this camera, the camera was released on February 7th, 2017. Probably been upgraded since then. It's down in the carousel. It's on discount if you click the link in the carousel. If you click the link in the carousel, you're not buying it. Well, no, you're actually going to get more information. That's all that happens when you click a link in the carousel. You get the price that's in the carousel, but you also get to look for more information. I'm giving you an honest review Yeah, but you get more information as well on the Amazon.com page. The software we talked about a few minutes ago was Logitech Capture, and that allows me to go from the default view, yeah, up to zoom once, zoom twice, go 78 degrees, 3 clicks. Okay, it takes a while to sort of work out what you want to do. Once you've got it done, then you can refine it, as I've done, into just 3 clicks to get yourself perfectly set up on screen. Okay, and I did just show you the camera's default settings. If you don't download the software and the software controls any Logitech camera, then you'd have to use the default settings. And we've talked about the fact that on the broadcast today, I'm using a photography backdrop, which is down the carousel, and it's ideal for Zoom calls. If you want to attract attention and you want to get people talking, change your backdrop. Yeah, up your game. You can be anywhere you want. It could be one of the New York State, yeah, or San Francisco, anywhere, or Boise, Idaho. You could be anywhere. Okay, I only know that because of Alexa. Alexa, what is the capital of Idaho?
Idaho's capital is Boise.
Okay, I've used that as a test question on several broadcasts now. I've actually got it memorized. Let's go to the comments. And recently, Barry said, I was going to ask why you didn't just use a green screen. Okay, and Roz, we're keeping Roz up late. We really are. Logitech works really well in the Ecamm platform as well. That's good to know. So if you get a Logitech camera, it will work sweetly on Ecamm. Thank you, Roz. Okay, brilliant. And this is it. We're a network of friends, all met through live video. And I do want to say thank you for watching me live on Amazon Live today. I appreciate you spending your time with me. And we're getting close to 10 in 30 minutes when I'm going to show you 10 different things in 30 minutes from my carousel. So the next thing I want to go to before I get there is I'm going to go here. Okay, we're going to change cameras. Okay, I'm still on the Brio, by the way, but what I'm about to show you is down the carousel, and it's this one. And we're staying with Logitech. It's highlighted now, and the cable is about 9 foot. Believe you me, it's a big cable. So this is the Logitech C920X. Let's just get that up on screen, and I'm going to go here, and Logitech C920X is there, and this is the camera. Okay, and X stands for extra. I'm going to explain what the extra is in 2 or 3 minutes. So if you want to know what the extra is, it's down the carousel at the moment. It's $59.99, which is 14% off. Yeah, so there's a 14% discount, but there's something else which you get with the camera. Okay, so X stands for extra. It is a full 1080p HD. Remember, 720, 1080. So it's high definition. It's great for Zoom. It's great for Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch on your website. Great camera. We know that the Logitech build is good because I've got to admit something here. As I said earlier, Roz and I. Rosie's enjoying some very nice wine. Happy to be awake for just a moment or two more. Okay, brilliant. I got it in Rosie's defense. It's early o'clock in South Australia, or late o'clock anyway. We've been friends, and we all went out and got a Logitech C920 5-6 years ago. This camera is 6 years old. It still is new. It works perfectly. Normally, it sits on top of my monitor. Just a second. Okay, let me just try something. Okay, right. I need to change cameras in a moment. This is Logitech C920X. Okay, and when you get the camera, you plug it into your, I've got comments coming in galore today. Thank you, everybody. You plug it into your PC or Mac, and it will simply work. This camera will be recognized straight away. Millions of these have actually been sold. It goes on top of your monitor or your PC or Mac just by adjusting it. Now, you want to be sure you're actually comfortable looking into the camera, which is what I'm doing now. Yeah, looking directly into the camera. I do try, Ros, I do try. And over to Ros. And Ros is saying late o'clock. It's nearly 11:30 p.m. in South Australia. And also mine, maybe it will. Yeah. I mean, the thing is that we're all busy broadcasting away on a different platform called Blab, and Facebook Live came out, and we all said we've got to up our game, we've got to improve our game. If we're going to be on Facebook, we've got to look good. So we all went out and we bought this C920X, and I've got hello from Dr. Hello. Right, I look forward to seeing you later today. We're actually going to have a chat later today. Brilliant. Thank you, Efreen. Thank you for joining. And in actual fact, just a minute, Efreen is also commenting. And Efreen, thank you for commenting on, Efreen's commenting on Amazon Live. If you're on Amazon Live, you can see that comment. That comment I can display on screen. I can also display your comment as well. If you comment on my Amazon Live broadcast, I can display it on screen. And Efreen's confirming it's nearly 10 a.m. in Washington, D.C. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you later. So the first comment from Efreen was, no, they're both on Amazon Live. So hello. And it's nearly 10 a.m. in Washington. Okay, all good. So it can go on top of your monitor. Equally well, I just want to change something. Oh, comment from Roz is coming in. I don't need to move. The comment's coming in. How did you get Amazon Live comment on screen? How did I get an right? Okay. Basically, Roz, let's just put the advert up first. Just a minute. Let me just change this around a bit. Okay, just a second. We'll get there. And I'm going to click that and apply. Okay. So BeLive, I'm broadcasting from BeLive today. And that means that I can display comments from Amazon Live on my screen. Efreen's watching on Amazon Live. And so that comment came through from Amazon. Roz's comment. Oh, sorry, I missed a beat. Just a minute. Let's go back to here. Roz's comment is on Facebook. But now is a good time to say that BeLive can now capture the live comments on Amazon Live, and I can bring them into the studio. I can see, because Roz is familiar with what we do. If I go and I bring this camera on screen, I can explain. I'm going to go full screen there. Okay, so, and then I'm going to go to the BenQ monitor and put this full screen. Okay, so what's happening is this. Okay, that worked well. Just a minute. I'm going to try and do this. I'm just going to take that off screen because it's messing things up. Okay, and there's Roz's comment. How do you get Amazon Live comments on screen? I can show you live. If I zoom in, and by the beauty of OBSBot, I can actually zoom in. Okay, I need to move this out of the way so you can actually see the screen. But on the right-hand side, there is where I can see the comments, and you can see that Roz's comment there is highlighted. So I can see the comments in my studio, is the short answer to that. Okay. And next comment coming in, and thank you for all the comments. I still haven't been approved as an Amazon influencer thingy. It takes time, Roz. I don't know when you apply, but it can take a couple of weeks. Yeah. They are very thorough. They check everything, and I mean everything. Yeah. With your following at the moment, then just patience, really. It will happen. I'm sure it will happen. I wish you. Well, it's going to happen. Roz, it's going to happen. Okay. Okay. So just to confirm, we're broadcasting from BeLive, and I can see your comments on Amazon in my studio, which is a major step forward. I know this is the only broadcasting platform where we as broadcasters can actually come in and without doing anything, we can see the comments that come in on Amazon Live and on Facebook and on YouTube. All right, keep trying. Yeah, the only thing in the meantime is do more. I don't know. We'll have a chat about it, Roz. Let's get together again. We've not done that for a while. Okay. Now, where were we? Okay, yeah, I think that's it. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. I was going to change cameras. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I need to change cameras here. Okay. So hopefully if I go, just a bit of setting up is needed. Resume. Okay. So I've got many cameras. Okay. So what I want to show you, and I'm waiting for this to go. I can stop sharing, so I can just go turn the camera on. Is that working? Oh, okay. I had this the other day. For some strange reason, I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. Oh, that's better. Okay. What I'm going to do is, if I go here, I just want to change the camera. Bear with me a moment. I need to change my camera. Everything's catching up with me, and I know comments are coming in. Give me a second. It'll be worth it. Honest, it will be worth it. I'm just trying to capture a camera. Okay, so I'm back, and my second camera should be back in a moment. Right, okay, it is. What I need to do, all I need to do is to switch the lights on. Yep. So we've got some light in the room, and said basically, if I close that and I go here to my desktop, when you're actually mounting a camera, yeah, you can mount it on a tripod. Okay, this is live. This is a camera mounted on a tripod. This is the OBSBot on a tripod. All Logitech cameras and OBSBot cameras can be mounted on a tripod. How many cameras can be used in the live studio at once? Right. Okay. I'm going to come back and say, just a minute. Okay. Just a minute. It's like, yeah, wow. Wait a second. Let me come back to me for a minute. Okay. Let's take those in turn. I'll come to you in a minute, Corinda. So just a minute. It's going crazy. I tell you. Okay. Brilliant. Roz is saying, how many cameras can be used in the live studio at once? I've got one main camera, which is this, which is Logitech Brio, and my second camera, I toggle between two different OBSBots. So I am using three cameras. But if I try to bring in, say, the camera from my Microsoft Surface Book 2, what happens then is that it starts to argue. Yeah, it's a bit heavy on memory. So I need to close a tab. Closing tabs helps. Yeah. But I would say 2 or 3. I know you bring your mobile phone in. Mobile phone, different proposition because it's not being run on your desktop. Okay, mobile phones coming in from the mobile phone feed, which could be on 4G or even on your Wi-Fi, but it's not straining your computer resources because you're only doing a screen share effectively. Right, let's catch up with the comments. So thank you for the question, Roz. I'm happy with 2 and switching into a 3rd. Okay, thank you, Roz. Over to Corinda, and Corinda is on Amazon. And what does FPS stand for? All right, FPS stands for frames per second. I'm broadcasting to you at 30 frames per second. What you're watching now is a series of photographs. Yeah. Video is, you remember, I don't know how far you go back, but you used to be able to get the cards where you can flick through and it tells a story. I'm actually 30 pictures are being taken every second of me and sent out 30 frames per second. Yeah. And just a minute, our conversation is going wild. I'm going to catch up with the conversation in a minute. 30 frames per second is 30 still pictures per second. Okay. Which is why, and I'm just going to take that off screen. Yeah. Which is why, okay, 30 still pictures a second are being transmitted. Okay, you can go to 60 pictures a second or 90 pictures a second, frames per second, picture frames. So the thing is that the software we're using is intelligent. And if I sit still, like I'm sat still now, looking at the camera, every frame will be the same. Yeah. And the only frame that needs to be acted on if I'm sitting still is just my mouth. Yeah. Okay. Just my mouth is the one that needs to be acted on if you keep still. But there are 30 different images. Right. Okay. Let's catch up with the comments because there's so many comments coming in. Thank you, everybody. Let's go back, rewind. And okay. So what does FPS stand for? We've answered that. Frames per second, 30 still frames per second. 60 is better quality, 90 is better quality than that. Everything's saying hello to Corinda. Okay, frames per second. Thank you. Excellent. I think we've got there between us there. All good. And all right. And Corinda is asking Efrahin for his store link. And the store link has been posted on Amazon. If you want to click that link, copy and paste that link, you'll get to Efrahin's Amazon page. Also on Amazon, we're getting a lot of comments on Amazon today. And Corinda is going to follow Efrahin and Roz from South Australia, which is going to be midnight. I'm going to press a few buttons to test it when I can spend time. Just need to experiment on the iMac. Okay, number of experiment. That's what I did. Okay, I got, at one stage, I had 3 or 4 cameras on screen and the machine said, don't. We've had enough. But 2 or 3 cameras on screen in the live studio, not a problem. And the final comment, we're catching up with comments now. We've got comments on Facebook, we've got comments on Amazon, we've got comments everywhere. Thanks, Corinda. Okay, brilliant. Okay, oh, wait a minute. It goes on. Right, so that's the link to Corinda's channel. And next to that is, so what's the best camera? The Brio and the Overspot and the other Overspot. Best camera, the best camera of all is the 108 megapixel camera on the Samsung S22 Ultra, which is down in the carousel. And the next question that's coming in is, and Efrain's following Corinda. I think now we've caught up. Okay, thank you to everybody who's watching me live. We are talking about, we started about 20 minutes ago, we started talking about Logitech Brio, and then Roz is saying, yes, I'm about to go to bed. It's been lovely to catch up as the live again. Until next time, take care, Ross. Good night. Okay, so around the globe, we're in the USA, we're in England, and we're in Australia, connecting 3 continents with live video on Amazon Live. I don't know any other way you could do it. Okay, let's go back. We're talking about the C920X camera. As I just explained, you can put the C920X camera onto a tripod. It's got a thread in the bottom and you can put it on a tripod. Okay. The next thing. Okay. I got stuck on a magnet. Help. Okay. We said it was full 1080p. We've been all the way down there. I've shown you advanced capture software, which is I used on the Brio, and it's the same software. So advanced capture software is the capture. Let's check capture. Okay, just a minute. I've got an automatic comment coming in. Let's take that comment. My hands are here, and Efrain is smiling at Corinda. Why is Efrain smiling? And let's find out. If we go to Corinda, and Corinda is saying, I know what X stands for. Yes, you do. You best not say. Okay. And Corinda is not going to tell you what the X stands for today. Thank you, Corinda. You got it now. Okay. So I've shown you the advanced capture software. It's got low light setting. If I switch camera off, then it will go to low light. It's got a 78-degree field of view. Without further ado, this camera is released on, because I'm into the past 30 minutes in a minute, 10 items in 30 minutes. Before we get there, though, I want to say Logitech X, the X stands for a 3-month license of XSplit. Thank you, Corinda, for allowing me to unveil the surprise. What I'm going to do now, and that should stop, is I'm going to show you a video. Now, we talked earlier about background removal, okay, and why I can't use it because I can't show you things, yeah. But background removal is a great way of improving your appearance on Zoom, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. This camera comes with 3 months of XSplit VCam, which I've been using since January 2019. And it's just a brilliant piece of software. I've been tracking the new releases. Every time I do a new release, I do a video. Every time I do a video, XSplit say thank you. So I'm going to play you the video now. So I'm bringing the video on screen. Okay, so the video is full screen, he said. I'm going to switch my microphone off. And we're very busy today, which I love. Okay, because it doesn't have an X after it, Corinda. There you go. Any Logitech camera with an X at the end does have 3 months. So 920, 922 both have an X version. Okay, but for the next few minutes, Corinda, we're going to go to the video and we're going to learn about how background removal software actually works. And I'm here to give you an overview of XSplit VCam, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now, the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself. And this is the XSplit VCam program. Okay, now you notice the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that. If I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so next step is to select a background to go in place, and you can do that just by clicking an image. You'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCam is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. Second thing you can do is you can run a YouTube video. Now I can show you a sample of this. If I go down here, right, hopefully I'm back and you can hear me. If you can't hear me, Corinda, please do say. I was just a little bit, I know it's going to work. And Corinda's last comment was, why can't the Brio? Well, basically, it's any Logitech camera that's got an X version, so 920X, 922X. I think there's also a 925X. All have got the arrangement with XSplit VCam. Brio doesn't have that. Okay, so I've lost track of the comments on Amazon. I want to say a big thank you to everybody for commenting, and thank you to you for actually watching me live today. Okay, if you've got any questions about anything in the carousel, please do ask. I don't work for Amazon. I'm an independent reviewer. I'll tell you what's right and what's wrong. I'll answer your questions. I always enjoy answering questions about any aspect of live broadcasting. Just ask the question. If I don't know, I'll tell you and find out later. Okay, right now this is becoming this. I started this yesterday, just basically because I like to give in-depth reviews of certain things. Certainly the cameras and the mobile phone. What I'm now going to do is 10 items in 30 minutes. So from the carousel, I'm going to take 10 items and talk about them. The thing about the carousel is I actually own 75% of what's in there. Yeah. So most of the time, I'll be able to show you the item that I'm talking about. So we've looked at, let's just go through it. We looked at the Samsung Galaxy, and I'll talk about Samsung Galaxy towards the end of the hour. We haven't talked about the Oswalt cameras yet, but I just want to point out that the Oswalt tiny camera, I can actually show you that now. Let's switch. I'm going to show you the Oswalt camera. Okay, I'm going to bring it on screen. Right, this is in 3 minutes. This is the Oswalt tiny camera. I use it as my second camera. This is live. That there is a 4-way USB hub from Anker, which I couldn't live without because that allows me to have 2 cameras and 2 microphones. We've got the Echo Dot, which is part of every single broadcast. Okay, Alexa, will it rain today?
No rain is expected today.
Excellent. We've got the TP-Link Deco, and that's basically I'm broadcasting using that. That's Wi-Fi. I'll come back to that. We've got my X3 Pro earbuds. Here's the iPad. There is an Oswalt camera. This is what they look like. So when the Oswalt camera is supplied, you can either mount it using the magnetic mount, which goes over the front, of your monitor or PC or Mac. It's magnetic, and it's also got adhesive on there. And believe you me, you've got to really want to take it off your monitor. Okay, now I've got one mounted on the monitor. This one is mounted on a tripod, which I'll show you later, but it does mean that this camera can genuinely be at eye level. Now, the thing about an overspot camera is, whilst it's got a 90-degree field of view, it is on a 2-axis gimbal, which means that, okay, I can come to me. Hello. So this is the first preset, which is on me. Okay, and we're using the camera we're using at the moment. I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to put the name of the camera, even though it's down in the carousel. We are actually using, you're looking at the Oswald Tiny PTZ 4K. This is 4K like the Brio, broadcast to YouTube in 4K. That's the first angle. The second angle, the second one is the desktop. So I can switch from me to the desktop. Yeah. And that means I can do demonstrations on the desktop, and I could go picture in picture and you can actually see me. The third one, and remember this camera is live, okay? The third one I love. I've got to be honest here. This is a live camera feed of the gardens on the estate we live in. Remember, I live close to the centre of town, and these are the gardens of the properties adjacent to ours. And the camera can do this. It can actually look further than I can look. And I can, using the Oswald Tiny camera, I can zoom out a bit. Okay, so there you are. This is actually located inside my office, but I can make it look like the camera is out in the garden. You can see the wind blowing in the trees. This is a live video shot. So the thing about the Overspot, okay, coming back to me, the thing about the Overspot is you've got twin axis gimbal, which means you can go through, well, pictures worth 1,000 words. Yeah, the Overspot has also got tracking. This should work. Okay, I'm hoping that this works. Both Overspot cameras down in the carousel, okay, have got AI tracking with the ability to give headroom. And this is what sets the Overspot Tiny cameras apart from every other camera. It can have different fields of view, and it can track you. As I move forward, the camera will track me and it will adjust for headroom, which is important. So Overspot Tiny cameras, I just love them. Really, genuinely love them. I haven't found any fault with them. They're capable of much more than a fixed camera, and I just enjoy the fact. I'm just going to go here, just a minute. Camera's still tracking me. I just love the fact that because I've got two Overspot cameras, when I do a live broadcast on Amazon, yeah, they give me 6 camera views. Okay, so just a reminder, me, the desktop, okay, and the garden. Oh, by the way, the chess set that you see there is a Greek style chess set. It is down in the carousel. And if everybody wants a game, then just let me know. And then the garden, that's a live shot from the garden. And so that's, if we say both PTZ cameras are capable of that, and the Overspot Tiny, which is now down in the carousel, is 15% off day, $169. Okay, so that's the first of our 10. We're off and running. And I say, what I'm going to do, just let me, and okay. And comments come in from Stephen Gladstone. Thank you very much. And Stephen's watching on Facebook. This is very helpful, Steve. Stanford, thank you very much. Connecticut, possibly, I don't know. My geography is not the best, but thank you for the comment. Thank you. And thank you for joining me on Facebook or YouTube. Brilliant. If you're watching on Amazon Live, thank you. You've got basically you can ask any questions that you want. I'm going to come back to my Brio camera now. Okay, and what we can do, because we're here, is, and my phone said something then, hopefully you didn't hear it, just to give you a comparison. Okay, now I've got to be honest here, these are not fully optimized, but on the left you've got the Logitech Brio, on the right you've got the OBSPOT Tiny, and I need to recalibrate, I think, on the OBSPOT Tiny. I think I just closed the software. Just a minute. Just let me start something up. I haven't. Okay, I could adjust the software. And over to Corinda, who's over on Amazon. Corinda is saying, does this work with the Android devices? I'd like to use a webcam with my... No. I don't know anything about using external cameras on an Android device. I mean, the thing about cameras on the Samsung S22, the camera here is better than any external camera. And I mean, this is a webcam. It's only capable of 4K. Your mobile phone can be up to 8K. So your mobile phone is better quality. There's no need to... Okay, no need to add a camera. Thank you for the comment, Corinda. Okay. You can use your phone as a webcam in your BeLive studio. No problem at all. And I'll do that tomorrow. Next comment coming in is, I see. Okay, right. So I think I need to sharpen up the OBSPOT. I don't know. It looks a bit... I don't think he's doing a fair comparison today. Just a minute. Okay. But the Brio is, the colors are oversaturated. Yeah. Right. Okay. So we've done the contrast. Let's come back to me. Okay. I'm going to put the Brio phone down. As we go on, just say that the OBSPOT we were looking at, the two OBSPOTs, the OBSPOT Tiny is 15% off today. And does this work with Android devices? Webcams are meant for desktops, really. I think that's fair to say. So we looked at two OBSPOT. We looked at the Logitech C920X. We've looked at the Brio. You're watching the Brio now. The Brio today is 28% off, 143.79. Now, my lighting, if I just... Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my second camera. Give me a second, because this is going to be handy if I can switch my second camera. Just give me a minute. Okay, yep. And my screen will flicker. I'm back now. If I go and I bring my second camera in, yeah, and I go here, okay, up above here, I've got the iPad in my hand. This is the Logitech Litra Glow light, as you can see it down in the carousel. Yeah, it's next. It's not that big, okay. It's next to my Brio camera, and it's next to the OBSPOT 4K. This is what... Just a minute. This is what it looks like. Okay, I'm glad that's actually mine working, so I can't defer them to actually show you that. But this is Logitech Litra Glow. We know Logitech for cameras, 920, 922, etc. But this is the first light they released, and it was released... Let me take that off. Oh, wait a minute. Just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I've lost myself somewhere there. I just want to take something off screen. Oh, wait a minute. I know where that's come from. Aha. So many moving parts. Right. Okay, this is Litra Glow, released in January 2022. I saw it on a broadcast with Marco Novo, and I just bought one. Ordered to Amazon, arrived the following day, I've been using it since. It's an extendable light, so you can go up like that. You can go down like that. You can bend it forward, and you saw basically the one on top of my monitor is like so. Yeah, And if I go here, so that's how the one on the top of my monitor is. That shelf you lift out and you plug a USB cable supplied with the light into the back, and you can switch it on. Controls are on the back. You've got power on and you've got temperature, and there is software you can actually use to control the light. Now, I've been using this day in, day out for a month now. I've not had a single problem with it. And I just want to give you the highlights before we move on. So its official title is Logitech. Just a minute. This is going decidedly well, but I just want to change something. Just a minute. That type's much too big. Let's shrink the text. Okay. This is the Logitech Litra Glow Premium light. It uses true soft light. It's not an in-your-face light. It's not blaring. It's soft. It's got adjustable mounts. You can take the light off and put it on a tripod. Yeah, much the way I did earlier with the camera. I need to get rid of that. It's got brightness and color temperature settings on the back. It has been designed for gamers. So there's a desktop app to control it. It's got a natural glow as the light, natural skin tones. And if I go and look in the mirror now, I do look like this. And it's got a radiant look. I can't possibly say, but if you think I look radiant, that's good. It is built for gamers and broadcasters. This light is safe for all day use, all day streaming, and it just simply works. Okay, and freedom of light placement either on your monitor, your PC or Mac, or on, yeah, and it does have software that controls it, which I'll show you in the show tomorrow. But we're doing 10 in 30 minutes, so I've got to put that down and move on to the next item. But I do recommend Logitech Litra Glow light. I haven't found anything that doesn't work. Okay, now we've been looking at, just a moment, let's go here. Okay, if I switch cameras for a moment, just give me a second. I just need to switch cameras again. I'm going here, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go here. Okay, and it should be up in a second. Screen should stop being blank, and I need to go here and go to the first one and go to the desktop. That didn't take long at all, did it? Down in the carousel now is this tripod, phone tripod. It has 45,678 4.5-star reviews. Phone tripod, you can use it to mount any camera. And in this particular case, it's got the Obsbot mounted on it. The camera itself has a thread in the bottom. You just screw the tripod into it. Okay. In a similar vein, okay, there is another tripod, which is for, I can show you this. This tripod, I don't want it to fall over. This tripod is down the carousel. This tripod is for an iPad. It is 14% off today. The iPad goes into the clamp there. It goes up to 5'6" in height, and it's a great way of actually broadcasting outdoors. Yeah, on 4G or on Wi-Fi. You can use the stand to hold the iPad and broadcast from your iPad. Okay, now, okay, a new entry is this. Okay, and there it is. This is, if anyone wants a game of chess, you can have one. But this is my indulgence. I actually brought this chess set back from Cyprus, but it's also available on Amazon. And it is a Greek mythology chess set. If anybody wants to game, I'm going d2 to d4. Your move. Okay. And I don't know where that's come from. Okay. I'll take the Obsbot off because you know it's the Obsbot now. So it frees up a bit more real estate. So the chess set, absolutely brilliant. One of my favorite pastimes is chess. Bit of action, bit of chess action. We spoke earlier about the fact that I've got a backdrop behind me, Backdrop is down in the carousel at the moment. It's $14.99. Brilliant on a Zoom call, brilliant on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, your website, to be able to change your background, change your mood, change your viewer's mood, yeah, all by using a $15 backdrop. If you want something to hang it on, you can get a stand for about $45. So if you're investing in $60, you can change the way you look on camera. Next thing, I can't show you this. Well, I can, but I can't, if you know what I mean. The photographic, hang on, I don't want that. The photographic cover is actually draped over my Fovitech reversible green screen. Now, there are people who say that you don't need a green screen. And if you don't have a green screen and you're using background removal software, it will be okay. But if you've got a green screen, it will be near perfect. That's the difference between being okay and being near perfect, is actually using a green screen. At the moment, I've got my photography backdrop draped over it. I'm also at the default camera position, and I want to zoom back in. 1, 2, we're back. Okay, so 2 clicks and I'm back on screen. Green screens, if you want to get close to perfection, you really do need a green screen. Now, the Fovitech green screen that's in the carousel at the moment is green one side, blue the other side. You can choose, and it's scrunchable. You can pack it up, carry it with you, and use it as a photography green screen. So you can use it for green screen photography, multi-purpose, not just for live broadcasts, but for photography too. Next item in the carousel is one that you have been listening to throughout this broadcast. The next item in the carousel is, now remember we're doing 10 items in 30 minutes. This is the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. I saw this, Alec Dorling in Sweden introduced me to this microphone, recommended it. I heard Alec speak and I thought what a beautiful, rich tone it has. And it has it's got headphones in, it's got the gain controls, it's got everything you want of a microphone. You've been listening to it throughout this broadcast. So that is the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. My second microphone, which is not on show today, is the Audio-Technica microphone. I just better put on screen what I'm actually doing. Just a minute, just let me go here, because this is now going to be a feature of shows. Okay, so just you're the first to actually see this. So it is 10 carousel. If I could spell it would be good. Just a minute, bear with me a second. Right, so what we're actually doing, I'm going to show it on screen hopefully, is we're doing 10 carousel items in 30 minutes. Okay, so we're on a roll and we're just skimming through, and if you've got any questions about anything in the carousel, do ask. Angelica uses Logitech, the Blue Yeti microphone. If you're looking for an external microphone or you want a microphone for your mobile videos, then this is the one. And this is down in the carousel now, and hopefully I can get the box. I have to stretch for that. Okay. If you're doing mobile recordings on your mobile phone, yeah, then you need, well, if you use the phone microphone, it's okay, but it's a lot better if you actually use an external lapel microphone. Quick demo. Okay, we're still on 10 items in 30 minutes. Is anybody timing me? I'm going to try and get through these. This is the lapel microphone. Okay, and this is the best one I've found, by the way. That's the microphone. It's got a cover on it and it's got a crocodile clip. Click the crocodile clip to your clothing, like so. Yeah, And the other end of it, somehow goes into your mobile phone like that. Okay, that cuts out the internal microphone. You're now using a Pearl microphone. Pearl microphone is better. And in fact, I'm actually going to show you a video made using the Pearl microphone. Okay, so we're going to take a break in 10 carousel items in 30 minutes. And I'm just going to show you a video, and we're going to go on a visit, because if I scroll down here, I want to scroll here. The video I'm about to show you was actually shot using the microphone that I have just shown you. Okay, and I'm just looking for, okay, so the video I'm about to show you was created using the Power Device microphone. So let's go on a trip, and we're actually going to take a trip to, I'm just looking for a video. If you anywhere you'd like to go, then please do say. Other than that, we're actually going to go somewhere different, possibly. Yeah, that's where we're going to go. I've missed it. Just give me a second. There we go. All right. So this video was created using the gimbal and the microphone. Just look out for the quality of the sound on the video. Now we're going to Portsmouth Royal Naval Dockyards, and this was shot live on the day. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Ship built in Great Britain, and it's steam powered, not sail powered, and we're just going to walk alongside to give you an idea of the size of this. Over there is a tower, 385 feet, I think. You can actually go up in a lift to the top, but we're concentrating on the shipping today as we're at the dockyards. Welcome to HMS Warrior, Her Majesty's ship Warrior, or His Majesty's ship as it was when it was commissioned. And this is just an amazing place. As I pan round, we're actually, the estuary is over there, and we have all the buildings on the right. As usual, I'm broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and my website, live from Portsmouth in England, as Angelica and I do our tour of Hampshire. Okay, so I'm trying to avoid people. And hello.
Are you going on board?
No, we're not.
No,
Okay. I think you're not allowed to photograph on board, hence his question, which is a fair one. Today we're just taking a walk around the dockyards as opposed to touring the facilities. It's wonderful because you can actually get onto the dockyards for free, which is what we've done today, and you can walk around and you can film, and nobody's going to stop you. So I'm going to go as far as here and then turn around and watch Angelica coming towards us, and we'll turn around and head back because we don't know what's going to come next. We've just done this part, so Angelica's going to... Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fast forward the video and show you something that's just mind-blowing. Well, in my view, this is quite a sight. Okay, I'm going to start the video there, and I'm going to switch my microphone. I'm going to press play for a minute. I'll be back in a minute. Follow me as I turn. But you can film the exterior, which is what I'm doing, as you know, at the moment. So just a reminder, we're at Portsmouth Naval Dockyards. We're conducting our own walking tour, and we're delighted that you could join us. That is just, you can go on board any of these, but for today we've just decided that we're going to return to Portsmouth and spend a full day here because we've only got sort of half a day. There are 11 different. And I'm back. Okay, so let's just carry on. That was a brilliant day, and it was using this this microphone, and it was a brilliant day out. And I'm just grateful to be able to record everything that we do with high quality sound, which is what this particular lapel microphone actually provides. And I've still got the lapel microphone on. I'm not using it. I'm using the Elgato microphone now. So let's put that back down. Okay, my desk is a mess, as I'll tidy up afterwards. The gimbal that I use is down the carousel now. It is the Hoem iSteady gimbal. It's lightweight. It's easy to carry. I can show you it. Okay, if you're doing mobile video and you're carrying your phone, there are two major problems. One, you've got a tight grip on the phone because you don't want to drop it. Yeah, and that means you may miss your best shots. The second thing is, and this is important, you're holding the phone and you're walking and you're filming. But as you're walking and you're filming, your phone is going up and down. Okay. The resulting video is great as a home movie because you expect to go up and down because that's the way it is. But it doesn't. Well, if you want to take it to the next level, then what you actually need is a gimbal. And the one down in the carousel is the Hoem iSteady gimbal, which is this one. If I go to my second camera shot, then I can show you show it on camera. There it is. It's the Hoem iSteady gimbal, and it just works out the box. Basically, you put your phone into the clamp there, and it expands to take larger phones. You put it down on something solid, either a desktop like I've got it now, or a bench or a stone, anything that's flat, and then you switch it on using the control panel at the front. There's a button which is on the bottom left, and you press that, that starts it up, and it then goes into gimbal mode. And once it's in gimbal mode, you can start the software on your camera and you're away. And the result is that as you go up and down, the gimbal goes up and down, and the resulting video is good enough to actually go on YouTube. So that's why you use a gimbal, and the one I use is down the carousel. The next thing in the carousel is the Echo Dot. The Echo Dot today is 20% off. It's $39.99. Alexa, what will the temperature be tomorrow?
Tomorrow, you can expect a high of 25 degrees Celsius.
Alexa, will the trains run tomorrow?
The National Union of Rail, Maritime and Transport Workers,
Alexa, stop.
RMT.
We've got a rail strike in the UK at the moment, so she would have told us. The next item in the carousel is 22% off, and it is this one. It is the Fitbit Inspire 2. Now, you buy the Fitbit at 22% off, and you pay no more, and you then get access to Fitbit.com. And Fitbit.com is a community of people who use Fitbits on a daily basis. There are weekly challenges and daily challenges. One of the problems about staying fit is motivation. And the motivation on Fitbit.com, run by the community for the community, will keep us walking. Yeah. And the Fitbit is simply the best way to actually stay fit. It measures the number of steps you do in a day. Okay, 2,000 is 1 mile. I try to do 4 miles a day, 8,000 steps. If I do that, I know I'm staying fit, and I stay fit so that I'm proud of this. So I'm going to show you just a minute. I'm standing up, coming back down. I stay fit so that I can get medals. No, so that I can actually, I'll do this one first. This medal is for walking a marathon, 26 miles, 385 yards from Avebury to Stonehenge. I've got several of them. I've also got a 10K medal as well, which I actually ran, sort of, with Darren. I've got the photographs to prove it, by the way. So Fitbit is a way of keeping fit. You don't pay any subscription. You buy the Fitbit, and I basically, this is my fourth Fitbit. Fitbit is owned by Google, and well, what more can you say, really? Okay, and I'll give a fuller appreciation of what a Fitbit can do tomorrow. And we're going through at the moment. If I scroll down here, right to the bottom, I'll get to the bottom in a minute, just to so you know what's going on. Hang on, I've got that many items in here. We're doing 10 carousel items in 30 minutes, and I'm almost out of breath. Okay, the next item in the carousel is the Aftershocks earbuds, and these are my favorite headphones. I keep saying earbuds, I actually mean headphones. The Aftershocks down in the carousel today are $79.95. Okay, let's open this up. These are Aftershocks earbuds. Now, if you click the link in the carousel, you can go off and you'll find there are different colorways. I just happen to like these. They go over your head, so they don't go in your ear canal. Okay, they just rest on your head. You can connect them by Bluetooth to your mobile phone, listen to Amazon Music and your favorite podcast whilst on the move. Yeah, the sound quality is good. The sound conduction is through your skull, not through your ear canal.